What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we got an update and information regarding the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, Undisputed Showdown at the welterweight division between undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO, World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is 38 wins, no losses, no draw, 29 big wins by way of knockout. He's 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach, and undefeated unified 3-belt WBC, WBA, IBF welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr., who is widely considered by many to be top 2 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, if not the #1, but definitely top 5 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. is 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. With that said, they make up for the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. It's for all the marbles. It's for Undisputed, okay? And we got an update. It looked like there was reports that Errol Spence is going to proceed forward November 19th with or without Terence Crawford, which led everybody to look to who could be next, right? Because it looks like the fight, if Errol Spence proceeds November 19th, he could be possibly heading to Dallas, Texas, AT&T Dallas Cowboys Stadium, to which he's had a lot of success there. But we know if his next fight is at AT&T Dallas Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's not going to be against Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford has already stated that it has to be in a neutral site, and he cited Las Vegas. That's one of his demands. So we know if Errol Spence is fighting in Dallas, Texas, it's not going to be against Terence Crawford. So who would that opponent be? It led to speculation that it could possibly be former unified welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Keith "One-Time" Thurman. Keith Thurman is 30 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. He's 33 years of age, 5'7.5" with a 69-inch arm reach. That seemed like a possibility. Keith Thurman would definitely go to Texas to make the fight happen. I don't think Keith Thurman cares about location. And obviously there was also talks of undefeated rising welterweight superstar title contender Jerron "Boots" Ennis, who is 29 wins, no losses, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He is 25 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach, okay? So it looked like, you know, obviously people started speculating, could it be one of these guys, or could it be, you know, Emmanuel Stanionis, who is the mandatory challenger for Errol Spence's belts. Errol Spence has 3 belts, and he has mandatory challenges, right? And with that said, you know, Emmanuel Stanionis, you know, is a viable, you know, option as well, you know, for Errol Spence. You know, he's had, you know, some credible wins, and he's put himself in position, you know, to be a mandatory challenger, hard 4 fights, just beat Butev, you know, so Stanionis is another option for Errol Spence. But obviously the fight everybody wants to see is Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. And you know, we got an update, right? According to reports that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence are still in negotiations, okay? And that you know, the issue, the holdup is that is not Terence Crawford signing, okay, or you know, the money, but the holdup is now the networks, okay? There's reports that Fox PBC and Showtime PBC are going back and forth, and due to Showtime and Fox PBC going back and forth, that's the holdup. So Again, Emmanuel Stanionis is 14 wins, no losses, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout. 28 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. So he's a credible opponent as well. So it looks like they're saying that the networks is the holdup, and that Terence Crawford has stated that negotiations are ongoing. Okay, this is the reports that are coming out now. With that said, I'm hard pressed to see that being the issue, because that means that Fox pay-per-view and Showtime pay-per-view, Steven Espinosa, you looking to cut out Steven Espinosa? Steven Espinosa has placed Errol Spence's last fight with Yordenis Ugas. Okay, Showtime seems to have put out the big money and the support for the big fights, right? You're not seeing a lot of, now we know Deontay Wilder, Olympic bronze medalist, former WBC American heavyweight world champion, superstar boxer, he's going to fight against Robert Helenius, heavyweight star title contender, October 15th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. And I believe that's going to be on Fox pay-per-view. So now Steven Espinosa this year will only be included in one big pay-per-view, if that's for the rest of the year. He's already been included, and Showtime has been involved in the biggest ones this year for the PBC. But for the remainder of the year, Steven Espinosa and Showtime is only going to land a possible Gervonta Tank Davis pay-per-view at the end of the year in December, right? And the biggest fight, Errol Spence's career, Showtime is not going to be involved. Because this is no doubt the biggest fight in Errol Spence's career, right? And Showtime has been behind Errol Spence. Not that Fox hasn't. Fox has also been behind Errol Spence. But the biggest fight of Errol Spence's career, now Errol Spence is going to be fighting on Fox. I can see that both networks are are vying for excuse me. I can see both networks are, obviously, bidding for this opportunity. But this is not the holdup. The networks is not what's holding up the fight from happening. Okay? And maybe, Steven Espinosa, as he stated on numerous occasions, that everybody has to be realistic. Maybe it's a way to get Steven Espinosa and Showtime to budge, to get to go into the purse a little bit deeper, seeing as though they have some competition. Maybe if the bidding war is, is to create urgency from Showtime, right? Maybe that's the case. That's a strong possibility that a bidding war was created to make sure Showtime have some urgency to get the deal done to make this fight happen, because this is the most highly anticipated fight in recent time. The last time we had a fight this anticipated was Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Now, people were anticipating very, very closely a fight between Deontay Wilder and Olympic gold medalist, two-time unified heavyweight world champion, British superstar boxer Anthony Joshua. A lot of people that fight was in high demand. This fight is in very, very high demand. It has marinated enough, okay? And I don't believe that the sticking point, the hold-up point, time is a ticking, right? Now, you're talking about, today is the 14th. So exactly 2 months from now, 2 months and a week, 9 weeks to promote this fight. The biggest fight in boxing. And I just see that, that if this to be the case, that it's going to happen, a fight of this magnitude in such a short period of time without the necessary promotions, and the purses are going to be paid out, that is going to be shortchanged. The fighters are going to have to be shortchanged, because I don't see the networks dishing out massive amounts of money and not being sure that they're going to recoup their money. Now, again, the fight sells itself. The fight is going to sell itself. But this is a very short turnaround, right? And they're running out of land before it's heading into the water. You understand what I'm saying? And that means that this fight will have to be announced by Monday. And they have to start promoting it by next week. I'm talking press conferences. I'm talking, commercials, ads, everything, for the purses that both fighters are going to be looking for to stage this fight. So is it the bidding war between how far apart are these massive networks? Because it's really not a bidding war. That means that if it's a bidding war, that they both don't value the fight that much. Because when we saw Triller come in for Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos, to give you an example, when we saw Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos, it went up to purse bid, right? And you saw Top Rank, who was a Teofimo Lopez fighter, bid $2.3 million for the fight. And then you saw Matchroom and Eddie Hearn come in the zone and bid $3.2 million. And then you saw Triller say they wanted this fight, and they came in and they said, hey, go $6 million. It wasn't even close, right? Because they valued the fight, they valued being in the game. So they came in and they said, hey, go $6 million. And it went to the highest bidder. It wasn't a bid. So Showtime deals with PBC, Fox deals with PBC. They're aware of what they're very much so aware of what everybody has on the table. So if they truly value this fight at a very high level, then both of them would just say, listen, you know something? If they're offering 20 million, here go 30 million, let's get it done. So I'm hard pressed to see that there's a true bidding war, unless it really means that Showtime is really the preference network and Fox is the plan B, right? Fox is the mistress. They're using Fox to, again, put a pep in the step of Showtime to get it done. Because you got to think, how could there be a bidding war, right? Just take this into consideration. If Showtime was the first desirable network to stage the fight from the beginning, right? And they have a specific number they're not willing to budge on, correct? Then how could Fox come in and bid and it be a bidding war? Because Fox wouldn't understand what number they're stuck on and it's not getting it done. And Fox would come in then and offer a higher number. And then it would just go to the highest bidder at that point in time, right? So I can't understand, why would Fox come in and offer the same number or close to the same number as Showtime to make it even a bidding war? You understand? If Fox even got involved, then they would be outbidding them to begin with. Let me give you another example. If it's 20 million on the table and it's not enough to get it done, and then Fox come in, what does Fox come in and say, hey, go 21 million? And then Showtime is saying, well, we got 22 million? It wouldn't be a bidding war. There's a preference network, and that's Showtime. So therefore, Showtime and Steven Espinosa knows you're using Fox to make them jealous, to put a pep in their step, and they're not going to budge then either, because they know you truly don't want to go to Fox. So it's just not making sense that the networks is the bidding war that's preventing the fight from being announced. Period. And if that's the case, both fighters would have already been pretty much signed, right? Everything would be agreed upon. So, I just hope that the fight gets done from a fan's perspective. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.